Hey guys, Travel Shark Reviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Devastation Optimus Prime. So here he is in his semi-cab alt mode, and yeah, now before we take a look at Optimus himself, let's get a look at the packaging that he was in. So yeah, here it is on the front. You got 21 steps, you get titles and stuff. You get art of his truck mode and his robot mode, and as always, I think it looks pretty nice. Here's the top, here is the bottom, here's the side, all that right down there. Here's the other side. It's just a continuation of the front art, so that's nice. And here is the back. So you have like a little screenshot from the game. It looks like from one of the cutscenes. Here's a little bio you can pause and read. 21 steps. You get some renders. Matrix included. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. So yeah, let's roll Optimus right back onto the table here. So now this is one that a lot of people were kind of mixed on. It's like, okay, we got the 86 one. That one's like peak perfection. So why is Hasbro just deciding to do this one randomly out of nowhere? And the answer to that is I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I heard the reason this guy exists is because of the 86 Devastator they're doing, and it's meant to scale better with that, since the 86 Optimus, while he is marked as a commander class, he is more of a leader class scale, and I'm guessing scale-wise he may be just a tad too big to scale with 86 Devastator. So the purpose of this deluxe one is to provide, still a G1 looking Optimus, but one that can scale just a little bit better with Devastator. So yeah, I don't know if this was really necessary, but honestly, I think it's kind of cool. It's a nice, cool, just kind of nice, cheaper priced Optimus Prime that still gets the job done. But yeah, so anyways, let's take a look at the front of the cab. It's okay. You have more milky white plastic here for the front bumper, and kind of most of this right down here. Any unpainted white plastic, the grill too. You got, it's not really silver for the headlights. It's more like a shiny white paint, I guess. And I do like the cell shading that they put on the front windows, which I'd say works because in Devastation, literally every character has cell shading. Like they just took cell shading to the max in that game, and you know what? I'm here for it. But I will say, the bottom of the truck is pretty nice and clean. You can't really tell it's a robot, so I always like that. Probably the ugliest part is obviously this back here, but even that's not too bad. It's really just this section. You can see the head. There's a little bit of a gap right here, but honestly though, it's not too bad. And kind of back here too, because you can't really flip this forward, which I think they should have done. Maybe they clean this up a little bit better. But I do like that they put some bumper details in there. You got the tail lights, some kind of registers, vents, or whatever you want to call them, right there. And I do like that they painted in the inner parts of the wheels. So yeah, pretty cool. And of course you got this big old port right here, which I haven't reviewed him yet. I've had him for a few months now. But I do have the 86 Optimus Prime, and I tried the trailer on, and yes, it does work. But I'll save all my comparisons and stuff with the 86 Optimus Prime until I review that figure. That's kind of the rule in this channel. I'm not going to showcase or do any comparisons with figures I haven't already reviewed, because, some exceptions, like Earthrise Optimus Prime, for example, but yeah. That's kind of it there. He rolls, he's got 6 wheels, so that's sweet. But yeah, now for the accessories. The only one, well, it technically comes with 2, but we'll show off the other one in robot mode, but the only like real accessory he does come with, like in the box, you know, because some figures have tons of accessories, but the only one that's separate from the figure is, you know, the axe. And that's kind of interesting because it's not just the axe, it's also like the little swoosh effect kind of molded in, but it's still the same color as the axe, so it may look a little confusing. But it's a nice reference to the game because, you know, all the whooshing side to side he does. But yeah, now it looks like he could hold it here, but I don't believe he can. No, he can't. This is strictly for his hands in robot mode. But where you can store it is right on top here. There's a little slit on the top, and here's a tab. There's this red tab right here. We'll go right into that slot, and yeah, you can just push it right in there. And there you go. It's not the cleanest, most convenient storage for an accessory in alt mode, but it's alright, you know. It's better than some others I've seen on figures. But yeah, I think that is it for storage. That's really the only place you can store it, for at least for alt mode. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's just about it. So yeah, let's do a quick little size comparison here. And yeah, here he is with the Legacy United G1 Optimus Prime based on the original toy. So you can see two recent Deluxe Optimus Primes side by side. Just to tie you over, since, you know, I haven't gotten to 86 Optimus yet, but I'll compare. I definitely will compare these two. Well, maybe I probably will with the 86 Prime when I do review them. Maybe in a few months, I'm not sure. I'll just need the time and patience, since, you know, he's a commander, so there's all these little things, and sometimes I can lose my patience. So yeah. But yeah, let's get right down to the transformations. So it's pretty straightforward. So you just want to flip down the heel spurs and flip up the toes. So we got that going on right there. And then next, you just want to flip the lighting's pretty bright. You just want to flip down these side panels here, but you do not want to put them all the way down yet, because there's still a little few more steps on the way here. So yeah, next, just split apart the legs, and yeah, and then after that, just flip in the little port here. Or actually, before you do that, you just want to kind of rotate around the wheels here. Oh wait, no, it's this way. There we go. And yeah, you want to do it where the wheels are facing inwards, like right in front of the, or right behind the shins. So then just flip in the trailer hitch. That's a more appropriate word for that, instead of just a port. Yeah. But yeah, so when you got that done, then you just want to flip down the little side panels here. And there you go. So we got the legs done, mostly, kinda. So yeah, now moving up to the front of the cab. You just want to detach the, like right below, as you can see right there, there's like just a small little tab, and that will go into that slot, same with the other one. So yeah, just flip out the hands, and yeah, then untab these little side wheels here, the front wheels, and then after that, just do first, just rotate out the arms like that, and then you can do a 180-degree rotation right there. And then next, just flip out the kind of side torso pieces right there. And then after that, just flip up the wheels like that. And finally, just flip up the head right there. And you can just kind of move this in if you like. And then rotate around the head. And I think that is it. Let me just make sure, because sometimes I finish the transformations and forget something, but I think that is all. So, once you guys got Optimus in his robot mode. Or wait, what? What do I say? No, once you got all that done, there you guys have Optimus in his robot mode. That was not a very welcoming sound. Excuse me, but yeah, there he is, and I think he looks pretty nice. I'd say definitely the better looking mode of the two over the alt mode, because the alt mode looked alright. It wasn't horrible, but this I really like. Yeah, let's get a close-up look here at the head sculpt. It's nice. G1 Optimus Prime design, and you can obviously, I mean, it is obviously based off Devastation, but you could tell they were trying to make it really specific to Devastation, because this looks exactly like the renderings from the game. Which, again, being Studio Series is the idea, duh, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty simplistic, but it's what we're used to with the G1 Optimus Prime design, and you know, at least you get the cell paint application, or at least the printing. I don't think it's paint; it's more just printing on the windshield, so it kind of breaks things up a little bit. Yeah, very cool. Articulation, heads on ball joints, so you can rotate it side to side. Well, you can do a full 360-degree rotation, but you can do whatever you want there. You can wiggle around. You can't really move up and down, unfortunately. Let's see, shoulders can rotate full 360 and can move up. Unfortunately, he has the 86 hot rod syndrome in that it goes right up to his head. So if you do this, then that looks really awkward. But yeah, you get a little bit of an in and out movement there thanks to his transformation. He does have a swivel at the biceps, a 90-degree bend at the elbow, in and out movement here at the wrists. He does not have any wrist swivels. He does have a swivel at the waist, and it's easier if you kind of pull this back just a little, so you can kind of get that going on. Not great, but yeah, could be worse. Let's see. His legs can't kick up this far and back that far, and I'm glad that they molded this to accommodate the thigh going right in, because you can see it's just about perfect. The legs can kick outwards that far. Unfortunately, he does not have a thigh swivel, but they do make up for it by giving him like a knee swivel, which is like, okay. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I mean, I could easily see them like adding in a thigh swivel. So I mean, there's really, like, on some figures I could see why things weren't designed the way that I'd hope they would, but because of they're trying to sacrifice things. But with this, you could easily just replace the unnecessary knee swivel with a thigh swivel. Like, it's not that hard, Hasbro. Come on, you've done it like hundreds of times before. But anyways, getting out of angry, jaws of shark ranting. Let's continue with the articulation. So yeah, bend at the knee, and ankles do pivots quite a bit, and as we saw before, the toes and the heel spurs do move quite a bit. So yeah, not bad articulation. I just wish that he had the thigh swivels, because I mean there's lots of opportunities, and like the wrist swivels, yeah, I can kind of forgive, sort of, but there's no excuse for not having the thigh swivels, because again, Hasbro showed it's possible with even their deluxe figures that can be done. But oh well. But yeah. Now, anyways, let's show off the accessories. Well, we'll get into the axe, but first, let's open up his chest and show off his matrix. And that is one of the worst looking matrices I've ever seen. I mean, mold-wise, it's not bad, but it just lacks paint. And I know this is more of a budget Optimus Prime, which is why he doesn't have the thigh swivel for some reason, even though he has in the knees, not in the right spot. But this is kind of, it's a real pain in the butt too to get out the matrix. Like, work with me. All right, here, let me just pause real quick, get it out, so you don't have to hear me grunt and get all pissed. Okay, so I got it out. It wasn't too bad. What you gotta do is just kind of like push it on one side until it gets right out of there. But let's get Optimus out of the way and take a look at the matrix by itself. it's really hard because of its the coloring. It's really hard to tell all the details, but it's not horrible. Here's the back side. And yeah. It's the same milky white plastic that they've used for most of the, or at least in some areas of the figure. So yeah. But they do make up for the lack of paint with the fact that he can hold the Matrix, and pretty well too. Much better than some of the other figures I've seen. Or like, I've tried to get it in and it won't. So there's like little slots, if you can see right there, like by the fingers. And yeah, you can just slide this right up on this hand, and then you can do the same with the other hand. You just gotta make sure this all coordinates right. Here, let me pause again so I don't lose my temper. Okay, well, I tried and I tried and I tried, and I couldn't get no satisfaction. If anyone gets the reference, then you're a real one. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I tried to get the Matrix in, and it just won't budge. But it's supposed to look something like this, but it's not. It doesn't hold up pretty well, but oh well, that's alright. At least he does have his Matrix chamber. I mean, yeah, it wasn't really necessary for them to add the Matrix thing in, but it's still kind of cool, you know. It makes up for certain things missing, but yeah. But anyways, let's close up the chest, and let's look at the better accessory, which I mean, it's not that much better, but it's at least more useful. So here's his axe right here. We saw it before, and yeah, you can hold it in either hand. I'll just put it in this one, and yeah, there you go. So you can swoosh around some Decepticons, so that's pretty nice. So if you're pretending you're playing the game, just that's all for you. So yeah, and just real quick, let me take one of the iron rifles from the G1 Legacy Knight Optimus Prime. Here it is, and let's see if it looks good with him, because he comes with two, so I just want to see if I can give one of them to this guy, and it looks like I can. It's a little tight, but so if you have the Optimus Prime and you want to give this one a gun, then feel free to, because he can hold it, just barely though, but he can. So yeah. But anyways, now for the roll-up mode size comparisons. Here it is with the Legacy United G1 Optimus Prime. And yeah, kind of nice, they're both G1 Primes, both are Deluxes, but one's based off the original toy, while one's based off the OG cartoon. So yeah, and what's nice too with this one, it also comes with a little axe, so it's kind of nice, But yeah, that's pretty much it for the roll-up mode size comparisons. And there you guys have my review for the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe class. Actually, Studio Series Gamer Edition. I completely forgot that part, because they don't brand that anymore. They don't brand 86, they don't brand Gamer Edition, it's just Studio Series, but I should be more specific. Yeah, Studio Series Gamer Edition Deluxe class. Devastation Optimus Prime. And, he's not that bad of a figure. I mean, I remember when I, first saw, this guy revealed, I'm like, okay, he's fine, but, I mean, is he really necessary? But, I saw a review or two, and I saw him on the store shelves. I'm like, what, screw it, I'm getting him. And I'm totally not blowing more money, but he's nice. He's not really necessary unless you're just like me and just buying a whole bunch of toys. But well, Transformers more so. And he's nice. So if you're a big Optimus Prime fan, then I recommend this for you. Or you could just save money and get a much better Optimus Prime, aka the 86 Commander. But if you're unlucky to get that, then I guess there's this in the meantime. But yeah, so anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this figure. So anyways, guys, as always, Tolal, R1.